What's going on, Junkie Nation? Hope you all had a nice holiday. We're coming back here. It's the end of the year. Closing out business here for 2024. We're going to talk to Damon Jackson, the Leech. Just had a fight at UFC 309. Let's catch up with him and see, maybe put a bow. Is this really the end, Damon Jackson? I know things can be emotional on fight night, but at the same time, we've also covered the sport long enough to know that, hey, sometimes you just need to think things through, let things settle. Talk about it, man. We're gonna kind of miss you if that was it this past November.
No, it's pretty cool. Like, honestly, like it was a very emotional night. I had a lot. I've had a lot going on this past like 2 or 3 years that I haven't really like shared with anyone. So I like kind of kept it to myself. But I've just had a lot going on, and that night was very frustrating to go out there and to have that big of a stage, and then to go out there and to lose that way, like a way that I've prided myself in my jiu-jitsu, my wrestling, and to go out there and take a loss like that was, it was just really frustrating. It really, like, it was so surprising, so shocking, really. I couldn't really even comprehend the fact that I just lost. And the fact that it was at Madison Square, Trump was there, like, it was just a big night, man. It's so frustrating to lose that way. And like I do have four beautiful girls, and I've always been there for them. I've always done whatever, any sporting event or any school play or any, I've never missed anything, really, like hardly anything ever. And so that's never really been an issue. Just honestly, like, I've been focusing so much on opening my gym, and I got that open. Everything's going great with it. I'm going to open another gym up in my hometown. And then I'm also doing a workout journal. It's just a fitness, like, daily kind of workout journal thing. And I'll be pushing that out at the beginning of the year. And I have a lot going on. And like, to take time off and to train and to do everything like that. Like, I freaking love fighting. I love everything about it. Like, I love training. I love the dieting. I love the technique. I love the conditioning. Like, I mean, I love it all. Like, I love watching fights. Like, I love every bit of it. And I just think that, like, I really need to focus on a couple other things. As far as like financially and mentally and physically, just kind of give my body a break is not a bad idea, so I can focus on a few other things. But I'm not done, man. I really am not. I've been in the gym, like, literally, like, doing 2 and 3 days just like normal. Like, I'm still in it 100%. Mentally, I just really checked out that night. Just overload, really. And but I'm not done. I gotta figure out the path to what I want to do next. But I'm not done fighting for sure.
Are you still in the testing pool, and are you still with the UFC, or did that part of your career finish?
No, I'm actually I'm actually not, but I'm not gonna fight for anybody but the UFC. So I'm not gonna, like, go test a contract. I don't give a shit about anybody else's contracts. Like, I don't care about anything else. Like, if I ever fight again, it'll be with UFC. And that's something that I told Sean. I was like, listen, like, I'm gonna take some time off. I'm probably not gonna, even try to fight until this summer. I want to really hit this workout journal that I have coming up. I want to hit that so hard. I want to have the focus on that. And it means a lot to me to make sure that my kids have everything they need and everything that I want in life financially, and just focus on a few things like that that have really, fighting has kept me away from focusing on these things. And I want to get this stuff done. And I have so much stuff coming up that it's pretty exciting. So I'm not down and out. I'm just I just needed a break, man. And it's very emotional that night with everything, and just taking a break. I think it's a good option right now, just to kind of relax and focus on other things.
What was Sean Shelby's reply?
He's like, thank you always for being professional, for doing everything you've done. You've had some great fights, but you have lost 4 or 5 or whatever, like, or whatever it is, the, like, my last little bit of the record. He's like, I understand that people missing weight, and he knows more about everything that was going on. He knew a lot more about it than anyone else. And he even going through the fight, whenever my brother passed, and I still took the fight. that meant a lot to him. And then the fact that I had two opponents miss weight by quite a bit, and I still accepted the fight. That meant a lot to him. So I think I'm always in good standing with them, with Dana and him. They've always talked to me and stuff after fights, and I know a lot of guys that can't speak to them at all, and I can speak to them directly. And they're great guys, and they've done so much for me. Like you guys know, I made it to the UFC very young in my career. A year and a half into my pro career, I made it in, and then I got released because I wasn't ready. And then just fighting and working my way back and stuff. It's taken a lot for sure, but they understand the game. They know where I'm at, and they know things that are going on. And they know that I need the focus right now. So they're kind of letting me relax and stay out of the area of the testing pool and all that stuff. So.
Okay, so just to clear things up, I would never want someone to misquote you in any way because our interviews get republished and shared and things like that. Okay, so you're not done with the sport as of this moment. What happened that night was more of an emotional decision, and it sounds like if you were to do it anywhere, it would be with the UFC, and they would be welcoming you back if and when you're ready.
Yeah, 100%. It's not gonna be anybody else. I'm not gonna test that and go anywhere else. I'm not gonna talk to any other promotions. I'm just really focusing on, what I like. I'm focusing on, what I want to do financially and what I want to do in the next, once I'm completely done fighting, and once I'm done with everything with fighting. I just want to have my gym going. I want to have my other gym coming up. I want to have those things going good, and I want to have like the fitness side of things. I want to have some influence there to where I can push out. I have a product that's actually really cool. It's a assisted push-up machine, so it helps people build up to do push-ups. So I have a few things coming out that I'm excited about, and I just needed the focus to be on that. And like if you're in the game, man, you got to be 100% in the game, and it's hard to really be at a high level, fighting and doing everything else I do with the business stuff. It's hard to do both. And right now, I just really want to have that focus on a few things, and then I'm helping teammates out. I'm staying in great shape, and I haven't gained any weight or nothing crazy. So just trying to stay healthy right now and stay focused on some goals. But yeah.
Damon, January 1st is coming up. You know how us chubby folk do. You got to get that push-up machine going. Get it out there quick.
It's cool. Like, so
resolution time.
What's crazy is like I've been so busy, like crazy busy the last like 2 years when I opened my gym. And I've had people there since day one that have stayed there and have stuck it out. I've had people come in like after them and things like that. And one thing I just noticed the other day, I was in class and I was looking around, and I was doing some I was sending out some videos for a guy to do like a little promo for me. And I had gotten back to the day one guys, like when I saw the video of like I had like 6 people in there that were like well over 200, like 200 to like over 200, 220, 230. And I'm looking in the room and I looked at them and I'm like, dude, they're like 170, 180, 190. And I'm like looking at them like, what the hell? Like these guys have dropped so much. And so seeing that's like super motivational to me, because that's something that I've always enjoyed, was the fitness side of things, that helping people like learn how to work out, and teaching kids how to work out. It means a lot to me to do that. And the dieting part, everybody cheats on their diet. So as long as I have them in the gym, I know they're going to be working out. So I like to teach them how to do their own workouts and stuff. But I've just been I've been so sidetracked last few years, and I just want to kind of focus on a few things that are important to me, and push that out, and try to get going in the right direction with everything. So yeah, it's been a lot.
Well, that's kind of what I wanted to ask you, was going in, let's just say you won that fight. Do you feel like you probably would have taken time off anyway, because none of the other stuff goes away, right? Do you think this could have happened anyway?
Like no matter what, I needed to take time off. When you're winning fights and you're like going through the next fight, it's always the next fight. Like it's literally everything that I do is built around my next fight. Like where I'm on a vacation, when I'm gonna go on a trip with my girls, or when I'm gonna do the next gym, or when I'm gonna do like my push-up stuff, or like it's always been the next fight. It's that repeated cycle. That's how all fighters are. It doesn't matter who you are, how much money you make from fighting, or how you, like, it doesn't matter. It's always like you're prepping for the training camp, and then as soon as you're done with that fight, you're thinking about your next matchup. And you have to be that way to even stay relevant in the UFC, to get big fights. You have to be consistent. You have to be there when they call your name. And if you fight every 3 or 4 months, that's a lot. And a lot of guys fight every 6 months, but I've been fighting every 2 to 3 to 4 months. I've been doing that since I started, and I've really had no other time to focus on anything else. And I think just as you get older, obviously you see things where they are, and you see where things are going. You have to kind of shift the focus a little bit to make sure you're set up and good to go past fighting. So.
When after the fight did everything kind of settle for you and you came up with this decision for your future?
It didn't. It just fucking. I was in my head. I'm like, dude, I can't believe I just freaking lost. Like, I just lost to Jim Miller at Madison Square Garden. This is like a huge opportunity. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do right now. I just need to like focus on this. And like, I was just like, I was pissed, man. It was a lot. And like, I don't tell people shit. Like, I don't say anything going on in my personal life, or I don't like, spread the word or anything like that. But actually, me and my wife, we just got divorced, and that was about a year ago, and it's been like nonstop with that. And just a lot of emotions with the girls, and going through a lot of things, like with the mental switch of fighting and that, and the business, and like everything else has just it's been too much, man, honestly. So I've kind of been keeping to myself, and just trying to focus on everything and make sure that things are good with my girls. And that's kind of like has taken a lot of focus as well.
We'll get fighters on here from time to time, and some of them will say, this loss was the greatest thing that could happen to me. And then other fighters will say, I never want to lose. But this might actually be maybe a blessing in disguise, Damon, like just to be able to liberate yourself a little bit mentally from what training does to a fighter, the stress of a fight and all that. And you think maybe looking back, I know we probably won't say it was the greatest thing that could have happened, but maybe it was necessary.
I think definitely there's there's something good out of everything that happens. It doesn't matter like how shitty it is. Like, there's some pros to everything. And right now, what I'm getting to do, I've already made big moves on my journal, and I've already like done all I'm almost to the final edits of everything, in which I've been working on this thing for like 2 years. So like the fact that I've done it all in like a month and a half, since I've just kind of backed off of everything, and really put time and focusing on that. I think it definitely is. There's some pros coming my way. It's hard. It's definitely hard when you go out there and like you're only as good as your last fight, and like uh it's so crappy, but it's like it's so true. Like, immensely, if I would have won the fight and I would have went out there and sub Jim, and then I would have taken some time off, I would be on cloud 9, because that would have been the best of the best. But the fact that I went out there and took a loss in a way that I don't normally lose that way. So it was frustrating to have that, plus just everything else. It's just I think it will be good once I get past this first month of January. I think it's gonna be a good thing. But I'll be around again. I don't know when it's gonna happen. What the game plan is. I'm just really focusing on myself right now and making sure that I get these things done, and that way it's not a complete waste.
And I guess the next question would be, so the gloves came off, and did you retrieve them? Like, was there instant second thoughts at that moment, or have you only had them recently, I guess? Or
like I had 3 fights left on my contract. So the fact that like me just saying like, I'm done, I'm done with this right now. Like, it was 100% emotional thing. It was like I had a lot of pressure on me for that, for stopping and making sure that that I was doing the right thing with my girls and stuff. It's like like I really wanted to try to work it out with my wife. You know, we had a great relationship for, you know, the years that we were together. She was very supportive the entire time. You know, things just got crazy with us. And, you know, I just really wanted to focus on everything and make sure that, that was the direction we should have go with everything, just because I don't want to mess up with my girls. And, you know, I still care for her a lot. We have a great relationship as far as like, you know, raising our girls. That's our main priority and stuff. But, you know, it's been a lot, man. It's been a lot. And I think that's something that, you know, everybody goes through this stuff, you know, at some time. You know, you have your issues, everybody has their issues, but you know, just with fighting and like the ups and downs of fighting, plus the ups and downs of, you know, having a marriage and you know, everything going on in life, you know, business ups and downs, like it's been a lot. So I'm just kind of working through a few things and trying to make sure that you know, that everything is going in the right direction. And I think, you know, with a few months off fighting and a few months of focusing on what truly is important to me is making sure that my kids have everything they could possibly need and want, and making sure that, you know, that them and their mom have a, you know, great setup in this life. So it's like that's what's important to me, and fighting definitely takes away from that sometimes. So I think definitely taking some time off is going to be really good for me mentally and physically, you know.
Tell me about the push-up machine, if you can reveal what's that like. I've seen those bars that one can do so that you can get a deeper push. You know,
Yeah.
rather
So
than your
they,
hands on the ground, you're on some bars. But and then I've seen some that actually, I think it's called the perfect push-up, that allow you
yeah.
to, you know, your arms so that keep your elbows and
Yeah.
your wrists safe and all that. What's yours like?
And so like all those machines are great, but they actually make the push-ups a little harder, and they actually make the angles that you're hitting a little different. So it makes it actually harder for just like the everyday average Joe to like do a push-up. And like, so I work with a lot of the Mavericks. I worked with the assistant coach for freaking 4 years. You know, I trained a lot of really tall people. I trained a lot of really athletic people. I've trained a lot of people that are unathletic. I trained a lot of moms and a lot of like post pregnancy moms, and like people that have had like major issues doing some basic movements. And the push up is something that everyone struggles with. And so the machine that I made actually assists people, and it helps support your core during the push up. And it actually is really good for planking. If you have a trouble planking and holding the position right, it's good for Pilates and some yoga movements. You can hold position a little better. But it's the main thing I built it for was push-ups, because I have so many middle schoolers, because I coach for the middle school here in Rockwall. And I have so many middle schoolers that cannot do a push-up. And there's guys on my team at Fortis in Dallas, and these guys, some of the baddest dudes in the world, and they can bust out like maybe 5 6 good push-ups, and then they look like trash after. And it's because you know, it's just core strength. It's you know, engaging the right muscles at the right time. So you know, the machine that I have, it actually assists you all the way through the push-up. And at the very bottom where your push-up kind of fails because your core kind of dips in, you know, when you're doing push-ups and your butt gets a little lower than your chest,
Mm-hmm.
my machine basically like lifts you back up in the middle of that lift. So it's pretty cool. But I'm doing the workout journal so that I can fund that push-up machine myself. I don't want to have any partners with it. I just want to do it all myself, and then maybe I can sell it later on down the road. But yeah, I'm happy right now. I mean, I'm just trying to focus on you know, doing these things like these little small projects. And then you know, I want to get another house soon so I can start renovating something and start working with my hands again. But you know, I have a lot going on. So I'll be fighting, but it's not gonna be anytime soon. And I'm training like crazy still though. But I'll be at 55 when I come back, and you know, things will be good.
All right, so it sounds like you have something like trademarked for this, and it'll be on the market, but once the sports journal's done, right?
The journal is gonna be the first thing. I'm gonna drop it as soon as I can in January. I'm trying to do it on the first, but it's gonna be really hard to get these final edits done, because a couple of my guys are traveling, and they're, you know, Christmas and New Year's and everything else going on. So it's kind of like after my fight, I kind of shifted focus on it, and I was doing, you know, a handful of things. And you know, I've got the focus on it myself, and I'm doing some of the editing myself, but I'm not the best at that. So I've had to kind of turn it over to a few people, and I've had to get some help with a few people. So hopefully I get it all done by then. I do have a company that can print it, so that's a cool thing too.
Can you give us an inside peek? What's it about? MMA or sports in general, or
No. So
creating a
it's
gym? I mean, you've done so much.
no, it so you I have a list of exercises. So I have like a list of upper body for dumbbells, upper body for barbell. I have a just body weight stuff for your chest or whatever. And so you go through, and basically it gives you a list of exercises. You pick the exercise, and I have a format that I teach my kids and teach my clients how to do. And basically the format is like you pick, either 3 exercises or 4 exercises, and then you do like a circuit, and it teaches you how to build your own circuit. And I've done this with I've worked with a few companies where I've came in and like taught their employees how to do their own workouts, and just answering emails back and forth. I get a lot of the same questions from different people. Like, I work with the car dealership, or I work with, a few businesses in downtown Dallas. And I just hear the same things over and over with people not wanting to go work out on their own because they don't know how to put a workout together, or they like get started with it and they don't finish it out. So the way that I have it is people can build their own workout, and they can kind of do what they want. And once they have it written down, it's a lot easier for them to do their own workout if they write it out themselves. And I think that people just get overwhelmed when you have all the apps and all the noise online. Like, if you're watching your phone, someone's going to text you in the middle of you watching your phone, and now you're going to get sidetracked from that. So the old school pen and paper is the way to go. And my gym is inside 24-hour fitness, so I get to talk to a lot of people that work out there and stuff, and I see them doing their journals and seeing them and talking to them and stuff. I've gotten a good idea of what they want to see, and I'm going to be letting it loose with them first, and then I'll be letting it out to the public hopefully the second week of January.
Cool.
Last question. You mentioned the Mavericks, so I got a question for you. Who is worse at push-ups, MMA professional athletes or basketball professional athletes?
Basketball is so bad. It's like, it is like really kind of sad. Like, it's that
kind of
bad.
a lot of
Like,
ground to cover, though, right? The long
exactly.
ass
No,
arms.
that's exactly. So my machine is actually adjustable for your arm length. So it's pretty cool, man. I could send you a DM of the 3D model. I can send you a DM of it.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't release it. Don't release it.
No.
So I'm hoping. I want to fund it all myself, and I want to get everything done myself. And then I do have a few buddies that wanted to help me out with that, but I just want to make sure that I get everything done as much as possible before I release it out, because it's like, I know when I put it out, someone's gonna steal it, and they're gonna change something to it. And but I do have a patent, and I had to do another patent on it. So I've just been busy the last couple of years.
I know that you probably can't give out the name of someone who's terrible at push-ups unless you're that good of friends that you don't mind putting them on blast. But who is good at push-ups that might surprise us?
Who's good?
Yeah.
Um,
Between MMA and NBA, it seems like you've worked a little bit with NBA. Is there someone you can go, hey, you know what? I'll give that person some props. I'll give you an example. Goes and I did a military visit once. And we've seen a lot of the athletes get in there, the MMA athletes that have gone with us. But I'll give them a shout out, man. Kobe Covington was pretty good at push-ups. He did push-ups against some of the military guys. He wasn't the best that night, but he hung in there pretty good. But
I haven't got the
I
haven't got to personally work with Luka, but he's definitely he's pretty damn solid, man. Like, he's a beast. I've seen him in the gym training a lot. Luka is
he does
definitely
look thicker, yeah. Like
he's strong. Like, he's strong. Like, a lot of those guys, man, they're really not strong, and they have like long arms, so it doesn't help. And but he's a freaking beast, and he's a tank in his legs. He doesn't look like he's like, his legs are freaking stacked, man. Like, he's got some strength there for sure. But I'd say I give Luka A+, and then my boy D Will. So
Deron Williams?
no, Darren Williams.
Darren Williams. Okay, Darren Williams.
Yeah.
He can do push-ups. He's pretty good at them.
Yeah, he can do everything. He can freaking wrestle. He was a state champ, and when he wrestled in Texas, so he was a state champ. And then he also played basketball. Like, he's a G, man. Like, that dude, he's like the most athletic guy that I know that plays everything. Like, and he comes in the gym and spars with like Span, and like he'll spar with guys that are like good, legit guys, and very athletic for him to not be in the gym on a daily basis with us. He's very athletic.
Well, thank you for the time today, man. You kind of cleared a lot of things up, and hopefully for you as well, you get your word out there. Because even when I checked the Instagram, Fortis MMA was kind of backing up what you had done in New York, which was making it sound like the end could be here. The end is here, and here you're telling us that it looks like. But they give you praise. They give you praise.
So I just was in the gym for about an hour and a half, and I got another workout coming up at 2:30. And this is what I do on a daily basis. This is like, it's not gonna change. So if I fight again, it'll be my last time ever. I promise you that. And if I don't fight again, then I'm done. And I'm okay with it either way. I just I have so much more fight left in me. I could do this until I'm in my 40s for sure. But I think that a lot of guys don't get a choice. They don't get the chance to like choose their exit. Like, a lot of guys either get cut or they get they get beat up, and they like freaking Tony Ferguson, man. Like, I hate seeing that dude fight. I hope he stops, man. I hate seeing guys continue down that path. But I have a lot of important things going on in my life, and my girls being number one at the top, I've got to make sure that I'm good to go with them. And I'm focused on a few other things right now, but I'm not done. I still got that fight left in me. I'm gonna be doing some jiu-jitsu tournaments coming up, and just shifting focus a little bit.
We'll catch up with you in 2025 and see if there's a clearer outlook. Maybe you have a name that you'd like to compete against or whatever, and you can catch us up.
I got a name right now.
What's the name?
I wanted to win that fight so bad, and then I wanted to freaking call out Bobby Green, or King Green. That was my goal, was to win that fight against Jim, and then to go out there and then to fight Bobby. And then he's such a G, man. He fights so hard every fight. Just tough dude. I'm a bit of fan of him, watching him for a long time. Just tough as hell. And I got to watching his fight with Jim over and over and over, because obviously you watch film on people, and I just saw his style, and then I watched a few of his other fights, and I was like, man, like, that would be a good fight to have. So I was hoping to win that fight and then to call him out, and I just got caught up in the moment for sure.
He doesn't seem to be stopping anytime soon, so I'm sure he'll be available perhaps in 2025. Hopefully we'll get to see that matchup. I like it too. Thank you, Damon Jackson, the Leech, folks. There you go. I hope you had a nice Christmas, and I hope you have a safe and happy New Year.